Artificial intelligence scales at a pace we have never seen. In a matter of seconds, it can distill complex scientific literature, diagnose medical anomalies to help save lives, and instantly answer almost any question a student can throw at it. Because it delivers these answers with such speed and structural authority, our brains easily fall into a psychological trap. We stop treating it like a piece of software and start treating it like an all-knowing, infallible oracle. This animation shows how that illusion breaks down through a process called AI hallucinations. Large language models don't actually know facts, they predict words. When the prediction goes off track, the system confidently generates entirely false information, presenting complete fiction as absolute truth. That structural flaw extends far beyond text. We are now dealing with photorealistic fake images and perfectly cloned human voices that are actively deployed to spread misinformation and manufacture evidence. We are building tools that mimic reality faster than we can draft regulations to manage them, and much faster than our own psychological instincts can learn to detect the deception. If you treat an algorithm as a flawless replacement for your own judgment, rather than a highly capable but flawed assistant, you leave yourself completely exposed to digital manipulation. That exposure leads to a specific vulnerability known as cognitive surrender. This happens when we routinely offload our reading, problem-solving, and creative thinking to an algorithm. This chart shows the exact mechanics of that surrender. Notice how the drive for convenience drives down the human input bar, while algorithmic control rises. These systems are designed to thrive on our passivity, offering friction-free answers so we stop doing the mental work ourselves. When you loop that outsourced thinking over months and years, the muscles of human discipline and curiosity begin to atrophy. You lose the ability to focus deeply on a difficult text or wrestle with a complex problem. That same blind trust creates severe privacy risks. A passive user is far more likely to feed sensitive personal data, like banking details, passwords, or one-time passcodes, directly into a black box AI system without a second thought. The moment you hand over your cognitive heavy lifting to a machine, the technology stops making you smarter. It actively weakens your agency. The countermeasure to cognitive surrender is a framework we call digital intelligence. This is an active, highly defensive posture designed to protect your mind from algorithmic manipulation. The first mechanic of digital intelligence is friction. You have to aggressively cross-reference every output a language model gives you and manually verify the facts instead of accepting them at face value. The second mechanic is origin verification. Just like this visual filter stops corrupted data packets from reaching the core, you need a strict mental protocol to question the source of viral media before you believe or share it. That same protocol requires strict data boundaries. You must maintain a mental firewall between your personal identity, your financial information, and any unknown digital entity you interact with. A passive consumer simply absorbs whatever content the algorithm feeds them, leaving them vulnerable. An active fact-checker controls their own digital diet and filters out the noise. Taking back control from the algorithms demands a behavioral shift. You have to stop acting as a passive recipient of information and become a rigorous interrogator of reality. Beyond the mechanics of digital safety, there is a hard philosophical limitation to these tools. There is a boundary that code simply cannot cross. Algorithms lack empathy and do not understand honesty. They operate without an inherent moral compass, processing data in an endless, cold cascade of logic. This cold computational logic cannot replicate the uniquely human capacity for deep emotional connection or ethical wisdom. Because AI lacks intrinsic morality, human values are the only forces capable of governing its power. We provide the why that turns a processor into a solution. In a place with the scale and ambition of India, that human why is what transforms code into a tool for progress. AI doesn't care about a village's water supply or a patient's recovery. People do. When we apply our empathy to this technology, it gives us the scale to solve massive societal challenges, from increasing rural healthcare access to solving the environmental crisis. The real variable in this equation is human wisdom. As AI becomes more capable, the integrity of the person directing it becomes the single most important factor in the outcome. Intelligence without an ethical boundary is inherently catastrophic. The future belongs only to the fiercely responsible. The technology is already here. The only thing left to decide is how you will use it to build tomorrow.